Plaintiff Kriya Alexander says the defendant is her brother, and she loves him very much. But she claims he takes her for granted, and all he thinks about are girls and marijuana. Kriya is suing because she claims while the defendant was driving her car, the vehicle was impounded because there were drugs in the car. Defendant Willie Alexander says he too loves his sister and used to help her sneak boys in the house, but he was not fond of Kriya's ex-boyfriend. Willie admits there were drugs in the car, but insists they were not his and could have belonged to anybody.
All right, tell me what's going on.
The defendant is my brother. It's unfortunate that we have to come to court today because I love him very much. We're the closest out of all our siblings. I do everything for him. He takes me for granted.
What do you mean you do everything for him?
Like if he ever needs anything, I'll give it to him. If he needs rides to work, I'll take him. All he thinks about is weed and girls. As a matter of fact, it was a situation where I had to help him out. He was in a heated argument with his girlfriend. I know my brother's temper and it gets out of control. So me helping him, I separated them, calmed them down, and got them together or whatever. But the matter of the fact is, he needs to grow up, be a man, pay me because he got my car impounded.
Let me hear from you, sir. Give me some background if what you say is true.
I love my sister dearly very much. She's, like she said, we're the closest out of our three siblings that we have. She's no angel herself, Your Honor, because also I used to help her sneak boys in the house, knowing if I get caught, I'll be the one to get blamed for it, get in trouble, knowing because she's the scary one. So her ex-boyfriend that she recently just broke up with, he was no good to her. And I felt like, because he used to come over to our house for a whole week straight, spend a night, don't go home. His mother didn't.
What's wrong with that? That's her boyfriend after all.
Because I'm the man of the house.
Oh, she was staying in the same house?
Yes, we live with our mother.
You're the man of the house. Does she have to give you a ride to work? Mr. Man of the house?
No, but if she see me doing something... She has to do all
these other things she mentioned, Mr. Man of the house?
If I'm doing something constructive with my life, she should help.
No, if you're the leader of the house is the one who is providing help to others, leading others, not receiving help and following others. Adulthood, by definition, means you are old enough and prepared enough to take care of yourself. You're still living with mama, let alone living off sister. And you somehow are confused to think you are the man of the house. Glad to hear you're doing something for yourself. Glad to hear you're doing something for yourself. Where you work?
Landscaping.
All right, good to hear that at least. You can ride one of them tractors back and forth to work then.
Yeah.
And stop relying on your sister. All right. And like he said, he's covered for you with your no good men. So you can cover for him with his no good women. Go ahead. What do you want to tell me about the case here?
November 16th of 2012. I let him borrow my car. He was supposed to go see a girl, pick my dad up, and come back and get me from school in the morning. It never occurred. My mom called me at midnight that night telling me, you need to go see about your car because Willie got arrested. From there, I knew it was just bad. So
Arrested for what?
He had a warrant, so they searched the car, and they found ecstasy pills, so that's why they impound the car. Then it come January, I get a bill from the city of Chicago saying that I have $2,000 for penalties for the drugs, $1,555 for storage fees, and then $150 for the towing. And that's why I'm left with.
So now you understand it's time to cut him loose, right?
Yeah.
Let him be the man that he says he is. Because now you're jammed supporting the man of the house.
Right.
You jammed out of over $3,000. That's a lot.
And then I'm out of the car, and I got to get back and forth to school.
And that's when I had to kind of cut my brothers loose, who I was strongly supporting. When I was out of $14,000, same thing, driving my car, totaled it, high. Insurance wouldn't pay for it, you're out of $14,000. I'm fresh out of college, starting my family. I was done then, doctor. No, let me take that back. When I fell into prosperity still, I resumed to help. But he had changed his life by then. Have you changed since then?
Yes, sir.
That hadn't been but months. At least mine was 25 years ago.
Yeah, I'm trying.
All right, sir. You tell me about this. Why don't you believe you should pay the impound fee? And did it happen as she says?
Sort of, kind of, but my defense is, I feel like, first off, there was no probable cause. When I went to jail, got incarcerated, I got out, they found no probable cause because I was just sitting at the gas station. Then I felt like the drugs could have been anybody's drugs. I just took the rap for myself because I knew that she let me use her car that night. It could have been my friends that I had in the car. It could have been her friends, and also she let her boyfriend drive the car, so I felt like it could have been his.
That's a lie.
Well, what about driving with a warrant on you?
See, the warrant, I didn't know I ain't.
What you have to prove, ma'am, is negligence. That he was negligent in driving your car. And there's two things proving that negligence. One, he drove your car negligently by having a warrant that would cause him to be arrested. Secondly, even though you were not convicted and you were acquitted for whatever reason, indeed you did have drugs in the car, and you're responsible for things that are in the car. People think when they throw a gun in the back seat, they're not gonna get charged. No, sir, you're getting charged. Secondly, with regard to probable cause, that's separate from the fact. The fact was, when they stopped you, you did have drugs in the car. Yeah, you were acquitted, but the negligence occurred when you had drugs in the car. And if the drugs belong to a buddy, you have a duty. That's what negligence is breaching a duty. You have a duty to make sure that the guys who ride with you don't have weapons or drugs. That's what young folks need to know as well. Your buddy got some weed on him, you might not even smoke weed. Or they fire up a joint, you might not even smoke weed, but believe me, when they pull you over, everybody's going. Then you got to get in court and try to explain all that. But with regard to the impound, we're talking negligence. Your duty was to make sure there were no drugs in that car. Otherwise, it wouldn't have been impounded. There were drugs in the car. So I'm going to grant her judgment. I'm not going to allow you to put your sister in $3,655 of debt because you're out here not taking care of your responsibilities properly. You know, I know mistakes happen and negligence happens, but I think you knew y'all had drugs in that car, right? Judgment for the plaintiff. Keep doing it right there,
We're still gonna be close, brother and sisters. Nothing changed. You just gotta pay up.
I feel like it wasn't right at all because it could have been anybody's drugs. It could have been her friends, my friends, her ex-boyfriend. But I know now. I learned my lesson. I know that much. I love you.
I love you.